Mr. Hoffa, the Tea Party is not at war against America, it is at war for America. Against those who were trying to change her into something she was never intended to be. Mr. Biden, we are not the barbarians at the gates. We are the ones resisting the barbarians at the gates.
Yeah.
And who are these barbarians? Those who practice legal plunder, who use the coercive force of law to steal from us our hard-earned wealth, distributing it to others who won't exert the same effort we have exerted for it, and to foreign governments around the world who are envious of us and who use our money not to help their citizens but to strengthen their tyrannies and corruption. Barbarians are those who manipulate our currency, who use taxation and spending programs, national debt and deficits to expand their power over us to accomplish their hidden agenda, to remake America into a fascist socialist state. That is not hyperbole, nor is it unchristian to say such things. A socialist state owns properties and businesses and allows us to use them at its discretion. A fascist state allows us to own our property, but it controls what we can do on or with our property as long as it serves the purposes of the state. Barbarians change the religion and morals of a society. They discredit the old religion and impose upon that society a new religion, banning the old from more and more areas of the public square. They brainwash our children with this new religion in their schools. Mr. Obama, the God of Islam is not the God who founded this nation. Allah is not the God and Father of Jesus Christ. Barbarians put our young men and women in the military in harm's way in political wars. Barbarians create a society of slaves, more and more dependent upon the state for everything, by destroying more and more jobs in the private sector and by creating more and more jobs in the civil bureaucracy, inflating its intruding and strangling by bureaucracy into more and more areas of our lives, like an octopus squeezing the life out of us. None of what I am saying is an exaggeration. It is all true of our political institutions today. Nor is my language mean-spirited and vitriolic. This is not a game. It is a war. It is the truth, the plain truth. Things are that bad. And you who have lost your jobs and whose families are suffering are beginning to feel the reality of the present danger. We love our families and our children, and love means we will try to protect their futures against those who are trying to steal it from them. We are to love our neighbors as ourselves and to do for them what we want them to do for us. Whatever is important to God must be important to us. And what is happening in our nation is clearly important to Him, since He has judged nations for less than we're doing and has blessed nations for declaring war on falsehood and unrighteousness. We're told to pray for all those in authority, that they would bow to God's supremacy and obey and enforce His moral absolutes in order that we may live tranquil and quiet lives in all godliness and dignity. But we are to do more than pray. Fourth, we must educate ourselves, our children, and our neighbors in our true history as a nation and in the constitutional principles that must govern our civil government if liberty and justice for all are to prevail. And we must familiarize ourselves with the biblical roots of our Constitution. We must be able to distinguish intelligently constitutional republicanism from Marxism, socialism, fascism, and libertarianism. We must expose and stand against the very beginnings of tyranny. Especially let Republicans know for certain that if they cave in to the pressure of politics or media and compromise constitutional principles, we will not vote for them again. We have drawn the line, and we will not be taken advantage of or lied to or manipulated again. Seventh, we must get involved in the political party that represents our viewpoints and that is not embarrassed by our viewpoints. Write elected officials and tell them your mind, because whereas most politicians don't think, they can count. Write letters to editors of local newspapers. Speak out at town hall meetings, Board of Education meetings, county and municipal meetings. Help elect good people to office, and consider running for office yourself. Eighth, subscribe to an independent news source that will tell you the truth about what's going on consistently. Don't trust the mainstream media. Ninth, get your preacher to take a public stand against the barbarians at the gate. Don't give up. Don't give in. Persevere. Don't let anyone intimidate you off the battlefield. Don't be bought or seduced by their lies.
SecularStupidist.com, Conservative.com, RightOsophy.com.